hard work, it just doesn't scale. Nobody in the advice space will ever become popular by saying that hard work doesn't scale. But I want to tell you the truth, because what I'm seeing out there is this is focused now on the hustle and grind crowd. And there's nothing wrong with hustling and grinding, and we all have to do it. The problem is it doesn't scale. It really doesn't differentiate us because everybody's got the same 24 hours in every day. And yes, you might be able to work harder than a lot of people, but can you really work harder than everybody else in your space? You may be young and healthy and being able to burn the candle at both ends, but it doesn't scale. Eventually you get sick. Eventually you get tired. Eventually you get burnt out. But it doesn't get you what you want. We're so socialized to believe this. In Lance Armstrong's book, It's Not About the Bike, he said that his success was all based on him working harder. Did he work hard? Did he work as hard, if not harder, than everybody else? But there's thousands and thousands of cyclists. What differentiated him other than the drug use? He just happened to have the ideal body for cycling. If he was even an inch taller, he may not have been nearly as good, certainly not a world champion. And this is what the research is showing us. The science behind success in athletics is that, yes, working hard is necessary. Grinding is necessary. But if you don't have the right body type, it doesn't matter. You see, Michael Phelps, the exact perfect body type for a swimmer. Look at the long torso, those long arms, the shorter legs relative to the torso. That is a key reason why he's a fantastic swimmer. I'm not taking an ounce of credit away from how hard he works. He trains insanely hard. But if he was just a couple inches shorter, if his legs were longer, his torso was shorter, his arms were shorter, would he be as good of a swimmer? We have to take these characteristics into consideration. How about Kenyan runners? Is there really a reason why Kenya has dominated running, especially long distance running? Yeah, sure, they run as part of their lifestyle, but they also have the exact perfect body type for running, better than everybody else. Now, why isn't this guy winning a triathlon? Do you think he doesn't work as hard? Of course, we believe to think that, but I bet he works insanely hard. But he wasn't blessed with the right body type. And you might be saying, well, what does this have to do with selling? Well, in sales, it does matter. It does matter. It matters what space you're in, what you're selling, who you're selling to, what geography and how you're selling it. Isn't that just as important as how many hours in a day you work or how much you grind it? Isn't it more important about the ideas, the intellectual characteristics of the ideas that you're coming up with and how do you do it, as opposed to just doing it a lot? And not just practicing, not just working harder, but really concerted practice, being able to take feedback, being able to reintegrate that into our approach and take that rejection, not as rejection, but as feedback, to make ourselves better and better. I'm here to tell you that, yes, you have to work hard. Yes, you have to grind it. But more important, you have to have constructive practice, dedicated practice to finding a better way of doing it. And when you get feedback, painful feedback, take it for what it really is. That you messed up, that you're not perfect. We're human. We make mistakes. We got to learn from them, reintegrate it into our system, and become better. Sales is much more about that constructive practice than it is about hustling and grinding. If you're having a simple sale, yeah, hustle and grinding may be 80% of it. But for most of us today, with the amount of rejection that we're getting, that the lack or the isolation that people are taking, not answering the phone, not answering emails, we have to become more creative. It's much more important than just hustle and grinding it. If this makes sense to you and you like the ideas, please like the video, comment, share it, and subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, The Brutal Truth About Sales and Selling. Thanks for watching.